people tell me I should get into politics. I'm going like, no, I couldn't. I'm brutally honest.
The abrupt disappearance of Pawn Stars from television screens in 2023 left fans perplexed and speculating. Was it a result of a decline in ratings or creative burnout? Rick Harrison, the progenitor of the program, is finally speaking out after months of seclusion to disclose the truth about the program's demise. Before we explore Rick's revelation, it is important to reflect on the extraordinary voyage that resulted in Pawn Stars becoming a global phenomenon. An American reality television series, Pawn Stars has captivated audiences since its introduction on the History Channel on July 19, 2009. The show, which is produced by Left Field Pictures and is filmed in Las Vegas, Nevada, offers a captivating perspective on the daily operations of the world-renowned gold and silver pawn store. The reality television series garnered national and international recognition for the gold and silver pawn store. In 2008, Brent Montgomery and Colby Gaines, the proprietors of Left Field Pictures, devised the concept for the reality television program Pawn Stars. They were captivated by the city's eclectic and slightly unsavory pawn shops during a weekend excursion to Las Vegas. Montgomery and Gaines were convinced that a television program that revolved around a pawn shop could appeal to a wide audience due to the distinctive and diverse character of these establishments, as well as their captivating clientele and operators. Their objective was to identify a family-owned establishment that possessed distinctive characteristics and intriguing merchandise that they could showcase. Montgomery and Gaines identified the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, which is situated less than 2 miles from the Las Vegas Strip, following an exhaustive investigation. This establishment, which had already attracted some media attention, was the ideal candidate for their television series. The shop's eclectic inventory and distinctive customer interactions were the subject of a 2001 PBS documentary. Additionally, for several years, Rick Harrison, the manager and co-owner of Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, had been making concerted efforts to propose a television program that would be centered around his establishment. However, his efforts were unsuccessful. His previous endeavors included appearances in the Las Vegas episode of Insomniac with Dave Attell in 2003, which garnered some national attention. Through a process of refinement and evolution, they created a format that integrated family dynamics, negotiation, and history, resulting in a series of reality television that were both highly successful and cherished. At the core of Pawn Stars is its ensemble, which is predominantly comprised of the Harrison family and their close associates. Rick Harrison and his family were thrust into the limelight when Pawn Stars became an immediate sensation. The series is as much about the dynamics and idiosyncrasies of its cast as it is about the distinctive objects that pass through the doors, as the shop was originally operated by Richard Oldman Harrison. The progenitor of the Harrison family is Richard Oldman Harrison. Richard was renowned for his comprehensive knowledge of the pawn industry and his austere demeanor. He frequently provided historical context for the items brought into the store, which added a layer of gravitas and wisdom to the program. Richard Rick. Kevin Harrison is a television personality and a prominent figure in the pawnshop industry. He is most renowned for his role as a co-founder of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop in Las Vegas. Rick Harrison entered the commercial realm at a tender age. Harrison demonstrated a keen business acumen and a keen eye for valuable items from the outset. He was already fully engaged in the collateral business at the age of 13, acquiring the necessary skills and learning the ins and outs of the industry. The foundation for his future success was established by his early start in the industry. Harrison's entrepreneurial mentality was readily apparent during his adolescent years. In the 10th grade, he opted to pursue more advantageous ventures and subsequently bowed out of high school. He was renowned for earning $2,000 per week by peddling counterfeit Gucci purses. He observed, "I will sell anything for the right price." This endeavor demonstrated his business acuity and capacity to identify and capitalize on market opportunities, which would be indispensable in his subsequent professional endeavors. Rick Harrison, at the age of 23, co-founded the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop with his father in 1989. The store, which is situated in Las Vegas, Nevada, rapidly established itself as a community institution. Rick and his father, the elderly man, who had a foundation in the Navy and had worked in real estate, contributed their combined expertise and experience to the business. The pawn shop distinguishes itself from others by emphasizing valuable and distinctive objects. The appellation "the Spotter" was bestowed upon Rick due to his exceptional vision for uncommon and valuable objects. The shop's success was significantly influenced by this aptitude, as well as his extensive knowledge of a variety of antiquities, collectibles, and historical artifacts. The pawn store is a multi-generational enterprise, as Rick's son, Corey "Big Hoss" Harrison, is also a prominent figure in the family business. The establishment was his first job, and he was initially responsible for refining jewelry at the age of 9. Through this early exposure to the business, Corey was able to cultivate a profound comprehension of the pawn industry and the requisite abilities to assess a diverse array of items that passed through the shop. Corey's duties at the pawn shop increased as he matured. He assumed increasingly significant responsibilities and ultimately assumed the role of the shop's daily operations manager. Over the years, Corey's value to the pawn shop became increasingly apparent, and he endeavored to formalize his ownership of the business. Corey expressed his desire for a 10% partnership in the store during Season 6 of Pawn Stars. He informed the elder Harrisons that he would contemplate securing employment with another organization if his request was not fulfilled. Corey was granted a 5% partnership and a raise following negotiations, with the potential to acquire a larger stake in the future. Austin Chumley. Russell is a critical character in Pawn Stars. Chumley is notably renowned for his frequent comedic moments and light-hearted personality on the program. At the age of 21, Chumley commenced employment at the Gold and Silver Pawn Store. He is responsible for a variety of behind-the-counter responsibilities at the store, including the testing of items for authenticity and efficacy, the loading of items, and the writing of receipts for purchased goods. Although his duties may appear unremarkable, they are indispensable to the pawn shop's daily operations. Chumley is frequently the subject of quips from his colleagues, despite his substantial contributions. Chumley's colleagues, including Rick Harrison, his childhood companion, Corey Harrison, and Richard Oldman Harrison, frequently make light of him for his occasional incompetence and perceived lack of intellect. Chumley has been referred to as the village idiot of the program as a result of this portrayal. Pawn Stars' audience is further entertained by the hilarity that arises from his errors and the reactions of others to his actions. Chumley has exhibited proficiency in specific domains, despite the frequent criticisms of his intellect, which has challenged the notion that he is merely a comedic relief. His expertise in pinball devices is a prime illustration of his specialized knowledge. In the second season of Pawn Stars, an episode titled Pinball Wizards demonstrates Chumley's unexpected depth of knowledge regarding pinball machines. Chumley's proficiency surprises Corey and serves as a reminder that he is anything but a punchline. He possesses genuine skills and knowledge in these fields. Chumley has addressed the underestimation of his abilities and the manner in which he is depicted on the program. He has stated that the accentuates his humorous side and the errors he makes, but it does not completely convey his capabilities and contributions to the pawn shop. Chumley endeavors to alter the narrative by providing examples such as his proficiency with pinball machines, which demonstrate that there is more to him than meets the eye. A substantial narrative strand is established by the persistent disputes between Corey and the elder Harrisons. These disputes are not solely about business decisions. They also illustrate more profound concerns such as the pursuit of autonomy, trust, and respect within the family business. Rick and the old man frequently oppose Corey's efforts to establish his credibility, as they are apprehensive about his occasionally impetuous actions. Conflicts are frequently precipitated by Corey's proclivity for investing in high-value items. Rick and the old man are concerned about the financial risks and query Corey's discernment, as they are concerned that his decisions could potentially harm the shop's profitability. Rick and the old man frequently oppose Corey's efforts to modernize the business by adding new technology and methods, as they favor traditional methods. This generational conflict is a persistent source of tension. High expectations are associated with Corey's role as a manager. Rick and the old man's examination of Corey's decisions is indicative of their ongoing endeavor to reconcile their confidence in his abilities with their obligation to safeguard the business. Pawn Stars has emerged as one of the most popular reality television programs on the History Channel since its inception. Pawn Stars had achieved the highest rating in history by January 2011. Nielsen Media Research reported that the History Channel's most-watched telecast to date was an episode that aired on January 24, 2011, which drew a whopping 7 million viewers. However, as the adage says, what goes up must come down. Rick frequently furnishes comprehensive information regarding the historical significance and value of the intriguing items that are introduced into the shop in each episode, which are shown in the context of behind-the-scenes challenges. He has garnered respect and recognition in the industry as a result of his proficiency in the authentication and appraisal of items. Gold and silver. Pawn shops' jewelry is the most frequently pawned item, which is indicative of a more general trend in the pawn industry. Jewelry is an optimal item for pawn transactions due to its portability, value, and relative ease of appraisal. Customers frequently bring in gold, silver, and precious stone pieces, which the shop can promptly assess and either purchase outright or provide a loan against. Despite the prominence of jewelry, Pawn Stars demonstrates a diverse selection of other objects that are brought into the gold and silver pawn shop. The establishment maintained an inventory of 12,000 products, with approximately 5,000 items being held on collateral at any given moment. Historical antiquities, mementos, antiques, vintage electronics, and musical instruments comprise this extensive collection. 5 or 6 products that consumers bring in are the focal point of each episode of Pawn Stars. The negotiation and appraisal process, as well as the distinctive nature of each item, are meticulously emphasized in these segments. A consumer enters the business with an item and presents it to one of the staff members, typically Rick Harrison, his son Corey, or Rick's father Richard, who is affectionately referred to as the old man. The staff member elucidates the item's significance and history, providing context and background. This is one of the most edifying aspects of the program, providing viewers with a glimpse into a variety of cultures and eras. The staff member conducts a preliminary evaluation of the item's prospective value and condition. They proceed with the negotiation if the item is within their area of expertise. As an alternative, they engage an expert. In order to authenticate and appraise items that necessitate specialized knowledge, an expert is employed. From historians and appraisers to restorers and industry specialists, these experts are diverse. The expert provides an estimate of the costs associated with the item's repair or restoration. This phase is essential for determining the item's ultimate value and whether it is worth investing in restorations. The final stage entails the negotiation of a price with the consumer. This segment of the program can be both dramatic and fraught, as both parties endeavor to negotiate a mutually agreeable agreement. An additional dimension of human interest is introduced through the interactions between the cast members and the consumers. Over time, viewers develop an attachment to the characters' personal dynamics and their evolving personalities. Experts are frequently employed by the program to evaluate products. These experts, who are frequently specialists in a variety of disciplines, contribute supplementary insights and bolster the credibility of the cast's evaluations. The timepiece is captivating due to the negotiation process and the distinctive and frequently surprising items. Rick Harrison famously stated, "Never fall in love with something when you're negotiating a price, and do not make the decision to purchase an item solely because you are unable to exist without it." The process of negotiating the purchase of an item should not be emotive. Filming a reality program such as Pawn Stars presents significant logistical challenges. It would be impossible, not to mention prohibitively expensive, to capture compelling footage by filming random consumers as they enter and exit the store. Producers would find it exceedingly challenging to generate captivating content that would maintain viewers' interest due to the unpredictable nature of real-life interactions. In an effort to negotiate these obstacles, Pawn Stars implements a form of selective realism. This implies that, despite the fact that the program is founded on actual events and interactions, The version of reality that viewers are presented with is a curated one. Producers ensure that the program includes a blend of educational content, hilarity, and drama by selecting the most captivating items and interactions. The mundane details of the pawnshop's operations, the lengthy periods of uneventful negotiations, or the dull moments are eliminated. The presenters of the program only visit the gold and silver pawn shop when filming episodes, and it employs approximately 700 individuals. This already implies a degree of coordination that is occurring behind the scenes. Furthermore, the establishment receives hundreds of visitors each day. However, only a handful of interactions are selected for the final edit. Producers frequently pre-arrange these interactions to guarantee that the items and consumers have the potential to generate captivating content. Additionally, the presenters of the program frequently employ pre-written scripts. In the entertainment industry, these measures are essential for the development of engaging content. This is achieved by utilizing scripts to guarantee that the program remains on course and that the conversations are coherent. Additionally, they enable the authors to customize the drama to the characteristics of the cast members. For example, the entertainment value of the program can be improved by emphasizing and exaggerating Rick's stern negotiations and Chumley's comical antics. We believed we had witnessed everything. However, nothing could have adequately prepared us for the subsequent events, personal calamities, and legal complications. History, and a number of the ensemble members of the popular reality television program Pawn Stars. Wayne Jeffries, a prominent Las Vegas impresario and the manager of the show's performers, including Rick Harrison, Richard Harrison, Corey Harrison, and Austin Chumley. Russell filed this lawsuit in Clark County District Court in Las Vegas. Jeffries, who had played a critical role in the series' inception, asserted that his influence and role had been substantially diminished over time, which ultimately resulted in his dismissal. After a leaked story on TMZ in January 2012, the tension between Jeffries and the network began to emerge. The cast of Pawn Stars was reportedly taken aback by the network's decision to initiate a spin-off series, Cajun Pawn Stars, as this story revealed. The cast members were unaware of this new development, which resulted in substantial friction between them and the network. According to Jeffries, Jeffries claimed that this incident was a pivotal moment that resulted in his eventual termination and diminished role. The lawsuit emphasized the underlying issues within the Pawn Stars franchise, specifically the treatment of those who played important roles in its success behind the scenes. Jeffries' allegations depicted a show that was swiftly evolving, with the original contributors being displaced as the series garnered popularity and profitability. Chumley, a prominent figure on the popular reality TV program Pawn Stars, expressed his intention to substantially reduce his responsibilities with both the store and the show by 2017. This was in 2015. He expressed his desire to uphold a commitment he had made to his wife by reducing the length of his 12-hour workdays. Chumley recognized the unsustainable nature of his burden and the possibility of exhaustion if he maintained his current pace. In the spring of 2016, Chumley's life took a dramatic and troubling turn when he became involved in significant legal issues. In response to allegations of sexual assault made by an ex-employee of the pawn store, the authorities conducted an investigation on his Las Vegas residence. This incident garnered significant media coverage, negatively impacting Chumley's public image. Law enforcement officers discovered a cache of firearms and a variety of illicit substances, such as crystal meth, Xanax, and cocaine, during the operation. Chumley's arrest and subsequent indictment with 20 felony offenses were precipitated by the presence of these articles. He was accused of narcotic possession and illicit firearm ownership, among other charges. Chumley entered a guilty plea to the firearm allegations and a misdemeanor narcotic offense in the subsequent legal proceedings. This plea agreement resulted in his probationary status, which was a crucial step in resolving the legal issues that had abruptly and significantly affected his life and career. The sexual assault allegations were ultimately dismissed as a result of a lack of evidence, despite the severity of the situation, which provided some respite in the otherwise dark circumstances. Chumley's probation period. which concluded in 2019, was a critical phase in his endeavors to overcome the legal concerns and restore his reputation. The conclusion of his probationary period was a significant milestone in his pursuit of personal and professional recovery. Chumley was required to manage the consequences of his actions in both his personal and public life during this period. The complexities and constraints that are associated with fame and success are underscored by the challenges that Chumley encountered during these years. The demise of Richard Oldman Harrison, the family patriarch, in 2018 was one of the most significant factors, resulting in significant adjustments both on and off screen. The Oldman's absence not only adversely affected the on-screen dynamic, but also raised concerns regarding the shop's long-term viability and daily operations. Fans and critics equally pondered how the show would adjust to this loss. Despite the fact that the other actors made an effort to preserve the show's essence, Richard Harrison's distinctive presence and the knowledge he shared were irreplaceable. The popularity of porn performers remained robust, despite the loss of Richard Harrison. The lawsuit between Rick Harrison and his mother, Joanne Harrison, in February 2022, garnered substantial media attention, particularly in light of Rick's celebrity status as a result of his participation in the reality TV program Porn Stars. Rick's mother, Joanne Harrison, filed a lawsuit alleging that Rick had exploited her vulnerability to compel her to relinquish her stake in the business. Joanne stated that this incident transpired shortly after she had awoken from a stupor, a period during which she was likely unable to make informed decisions regarding her financial and business interests. Joanne claimed in her lawsuit that Rick discontinued the regular monthly payments of $25,000 that he had been sending from Richard Harrison, Rick's late father, for the share of the business. According to reports, Joanne experienced substantial financial hardship when these disbursements were discontinued in 2020. Additionally, she asserted that Rick's actions were intended to dispose of the family's assets without her authorization, which led her to request a restraining order against him. The universe unexpectedly hurled us another curveball just when we thought it was over. China has identified the cause of the enigmatic new virus, which is known as COVID-19. Coronavirus. There is concern that a pathogen that is proliferating swiftly has reached Australia. This is a situation that is swiftly arising. There is no reason for concern. The initial case in the United States has been identified. The coronavirus has been confirmed to have entered Australia. Due to its ongoing efforts to contain the virus, China is advising its citizens to refrain from traveling abroad. The unprecedented challenges of 2020 were the result of the unforeseen global events. The COVID-19 pandemic resulted in extensive disruptions in all sectors, including television production. The Pawn Stars personnel was required to cease production in March 2020, during the filming of the 17th season, due to the classification of the work as non-essential. This cessation was not merely a transient delay. It was a substantial disruption that affected the show's rhythm and scheduling. The gold and silver pawn shop's decline in business was another substantial concern that loomed over Pawn Stars' future. The store experienced a decline in sales and foot traffic in the years preceding the COVID-19 pandemic. Various factors, such as changes in the local economy, alterations in consumer behavior, and increased competition from other pawn shops and online marketplaces, contributed to this downturn. As a consequence, speculations began to circulate that the program may be ending. Initially, the pawn shop received a significant boost from the show's success, as it attracted travelers from all over the world who were anxious to witness the store and its renowned staff directly. Nevertheless, the continuous tide of visitors began to diminish as the novelty wore off and other attractions in Las Vegas emerged. The show's production was inextricably linked to the store's financial difficulties, which further complicated the future of the production. The apparent exhaustion of Rick Harrison, one of the show's primary protagonists, was a critical factor that contributed to the show's uncertain future. Rick was instrumental in the show's dynamic, embodying the knowledgeable and forthright leading man who was unafraid to engage in difficult negotiations. The show's allure was predicated on his charisma and expertise, which made him an adored figure among admirers. Nevertheless, Rick himself acknowledged that the show's longevity was beyond his highest expectations. During an interview, he acknowledged, "My hopes were limited to a season or two. Therefore, the events that have transpired have exceeded all expectations. It is absurd. Although this unexpected success was gratifying, it also resulted in a demanding schedule and immense strain, which had a significant impact on Rick and his family." Rick was exhibiting symptoms of exhaustion and fatigue by the time the program had been in operation for 7 years. The announcement that the long-running television series would be making a reappearance in early 2021 was met with great enthusiasm by its admirers. The cast and crew successfully navigated the complexities of filming during the COVID-19 pandemic. Despite the myriad legal and logistical obstacles, and the avidly anticipated return was scheduled for March 22nd. The 17th season of the program was successfully completed and premiered on the History Channel. The path to this premiere was anything but straightforward. The entertainment industry faced unprecedented challenges as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic, which disrupted filming schedules and required the implementation of rigorous health protocols. This necessitated the show's team to adjust to a new standard of social distancing, frequent testing, and modified production processes to guarantee the safety of all parties. Although these measures were cumbersome, they were essential for the continuation of filming. The cast and crew's commitment was rewarded. Despite the aforementioned complications, the 17th season premiere was greeted with effusive acclaim from the show's dedicated fan base. The season was lauded by both critics and viewers, who observed that it upheld the high standards and engaging content that had established the program as a fixture on the History Channel. The season's success has reignited optimism among viewers and industry professionals that the show will be able to sustain its remarkable run for an extended period. The 17th was distinguished by the reappearance of Chumlee, a revered yet controversial character on the program. In recent years, Chumlee, who was renowned for his amusing exploits and inept behavior, had encountered numerous legal challenges. His run-ins with the law included significant offenses that had a negative impact on his destiny on the program. Chumlee's reappearance in March 2021 was met with great enthusiasm by his admirers, who had been missing his distinctive demeanor and presence. The show's resilience and capacity to surmount adversity are exemplified by Chumlee's return. It resonated with viewers who had followed his voyage both on and off the screen, emphasizing a theme of redemption and second chances. His inclusion in the 17th season not only enhanced the entertainment value, but also emphasized the cast's close-knit nature and their collective capacity to provide support to one another during personal and professional challenges. The show's popularity persisted after the 17th season, and it eventually aired its 21st season, which concluded in June 2022. The show's dynamic interactions between the cast members, compelling storylines, and insightful historical insights were built upon by each subsequent season, which had become its hallmark. However, as we adjusted to the new normal, rumors of cancellation began to circulate. The future of Pawn Stars. Over the years, viewers have formed a strong connection with the Harrison family and their team, which is why the recent news regarding Rick Harrison's tragedy is particularly poignant. Rick Harrison, a co-owner of the pawn store and one of the stars, suffered a devastating loss in 2024 when his son, Adam Harrison, passed away. Adam, who was 39 years old, passed away in Las Vegas as a result of a fentanyl overdose. The ongoing speculation regarding Pawn Stars' future has been further exacerbated by this tragic incident. The new season of Pawn Stars is proceeding without delay, despite the personal turmoil. The filming of the new episodes is scheduled to commence as previously announced. Laura Herlovich, Rick Harrison's representative, verified to the Post that Rick's participation in the program will not be affected by Adam's passing. Herlovich underscored that Adam Harrison was never involved in the series, which explains why the production timeline remains unaltered. Rick Harrison was afforded numerous opportunities as a result of the success of Pawn Stars and the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. He has leveraged his reputation and expertise to diversify his business interests beyond the pawn shop. Harrison's memoir, License to Pawn, Deals, Steals, and My Life at the Gold and Silver, offers a look into his life and the pawn business. Rick's brand and expertise have been further solidified by his appearances on a variety of television programs and media outlets. He continues to purchase, sell, and appraise items, despite his success, and remains profoundly involved in the daily operations of the gold and silver pawn shop. Richard Rick. Kevin Harrison's influence on the pawn industry and popular culture is substantial. As a co-founder of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop and a star of Pawn Stars, he has demonstrated his business acumen, expertise, and keen eye for valuable items. His voyage serves as evidence of the significance of family, hard labor, and entrepreneurship in the pursuit of success. Pawn Stars is a groundbreaking reality television series that seamlessly integrates education, entertainment, and human interest. It has offered viewers a distinctive perspective on the world of pawnbroking and the captivating narratives behind quotidian objects by concentrating on the daily operations of a family-owned pawn shop in Las Vegas. The show's significance in the reality TV landscape is underscored by its cultural impact and enduring popularity. American Restoration, Counting Cars, and pornography are among the numerous spin-offs and related series that have resulted from Pawn Stars' success. The themes and personalities introduced in Pawn Stars are further developed in these programs, which establish a more extensive reality television universe that revolves around collectibles and history. In terms of spin-offs, if you are interested in the fate of one of the most popular, be sure to watch our upcoming video. Rick Dale finally reveals why American Restoration failed. It is an intriguing examination of an additional adored program from the Pawn Stars universe. If you found this video to be truly enjoyable, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.